substitutions. We've got Hayward. Tatum out there with Horford. And it's Thunder. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. That's the Boston 5. The Magic trail by 5. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Thunder in the last outing against the 76ers played some superb ball. He ended with 28 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also finished with a season high in rebounds. He made a big impact coming off the bench. An incredible bonus to the team. Can he do it again? We'll see, Kevin.
Nice work, David. Thank you. His contribution in that game was a big one.
And whenever he's that effective, it makes them so much stronger as a team. He doesn't have to do it all, but it helps when he does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Greg, and that's what he'll be trying to do again tonight, in my opinion. Maybe not go out there and dominate, but put his stamp on as many different areas of this game as he can.
Simmons against DeRozan. Gordon a screen. There's the pick. Here's Azania. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Shot clock at 3. Offensive rebound. Biyombo lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Hey, Kevin, you know it's true. No substitute for hard work on the offensive boards, and that's what Biyombo's doing there. Always a threat to peel off those offensive oranges.
Here's DeRozan. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Simmons. And the foul called on Thunder. That is his first foul of the game. Orlando trailing here. And Fournier kicks to Biyombo. Good ball movement here by the Magic. That's tipped and stolen by Horford.
It was clearly a forced pass. There was no room for him to make it.
Here's DeRozan. It's hauled in by Gordon.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack. And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up a before half.
The Celtics have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And for the Magic, it's really been a musical chairs with their coaches. A lot of churning on the roster, but the pieces still have yet to gel. And honestly, it's been a mess.
3 seconds separate the shot clock in game. And stolen by Simmons. Here's Fournier. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Fournier's got 9.
Well, I tell you what, he's putting together quite a game here, knocking down shots and building upon this lead.
Here's DeRozan. Boston again missing.
Yeah, that's just poor decision making. He's got to be better in those situations.
Greg, I just think he was in a hurry. He flat out rushed it. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking there. He actually was in a brain neutral position.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Magic lead by 1. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Start believing anymore.
Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Really angry. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Tatum, he's checked in.
You have to believe Tayshaun
comes
more.
in for Gordon Hayward. Thunder's checked in for Marcus Smart. And it's Rozier in for Irving. Then for the Magic. Biyombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Jonathan Simmons comes in for Isaac. And Mario Hezonja subbed in for Augustine. And so in the game for the Magic, down low, it's the athletic pair of Gordon and Biyombo. Hezonja's out there with Evan Fournier. And it's Simmons in at the small forward position.
Yeah.
Here's Azania. Pass to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. Sinks the triple. 16 points for him.
Team needs to play more
That will
defense.
really make you pay if you leave him enough room outside.
Celtics leading by 10. Here's DeRozan. And the
How is
shot
that not a
falls
green?
short this time. Orlando's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Simmons kicks to Hezonja. And 2 free
Get that
throws
crap
coming
out
up,
of here,
unable
boy.
to get that one to go with all the contact. And the speed of the NBA is something that just can't be measured until you experience it. So, Clark, when you take that into account, who are some of the quickest players right now in the league?
Well, I think you start with Russell Westbrook and John Wall. I don't think there's anybody in the league quicker than those guys with the ball. Those guys can go end to end quicker than anybody. Wall might be the fastest. Westbrook is right there with him.
The Magic trail by 9. Back to Fournier. DeRozan against Simmons. The feed to Fournier. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. Rebound by the Celtics. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And the previous meeting was a win for them and a huge day for the bench. The reserves really stepped it up with their scoring.
Greg, we know how important it is when you can go to your reserves
One.
without much drop-off in production. It gives you a big advantage. I know they'd love to see that again tonight.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt. He's lost his concentration in the second half, and we can see that in the turnovers piling up. Before the break, he had just 1. Now he's got a bunch.
Now here's Simmons, guarded closely. Here's Gordon, and it's blocked, but he recovers it. The pass to Fournier, and the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That'll be his second foul of the game. Celtics leading by 11. Outside DeRozan. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. I think it's been a long rebuild for the Magic, but they really feel they've got a plan in place.
Well, you've heard the front office talking that they're going to win at least 1 championship by the year 2030. And I got to say, that's an interesting quote, to say the least. I mean, I have heard of a 5-year plan, but a 13-year plan, I guess you'd call that building for the long term.
Down low, and it's blocked.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now here's Fournier. He's covered closely. Shot by
Never
Gordon,
said
wide
use that,
open.
and
And the 3 ball is good. Gordon's got 10 points in just the second half. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. And here's Simmons for 3. No good on that one. Tatum. That shot, no good. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit.
Oh,
Will
my
make it tough to come
God.
back. Celtics out in front, up by 12. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return.